Welcome back. So this is where we review your results. So in the last part of the video, I asked you to do I gave you a frequency table, and then you were required to do the cumulative frequency table, the cumulative frequency diagram, and then the quartiles and percentiles. So your cumulative frequency table should look similar to this one. Don't worry about these changes. So just insert the original marks to avoid any confusions. It'll just be the same thing, and then insert your frequency. So it should have 3 columns and then your cumulative frequency. So we are mainly concerned with the cumulative frequency column, so it should look exactly like this from 1 up to 110. So I hope your cumulative frequency table has exactly the same cumulative frequency column. And then from this, like I said, you then plot the points. So we have the last digits in, or the last number in this marks column versus the frequency, the cumulative frequency. So it's 10,1, 10,1, and then you pick 20,4, 20,4, and so on until you get into 100, 110, 100, 110. So these are your Cartesian coordinates, and then upon attaining all of your coordinates, you can then come and plot them on your graph book. So like I've said, a graph book is a very accurate way of presenting this data. So this is my graph book. Remember, on the vertical axis we plot the cumulative frequency, and on the horizontal axis we plot the max. So we then plot all of these points and then join using a smooth curve like this one. So then do label these numbers, and please do insert a title to attain full marks. Do make a title. So okay, then our cumulative frequency diagram is complete. We now consider the median, upper quartile, lower quartile, and percentiles. So to find the median, we first find the median position. I've abbreviated it, but you should write it in full, like median position in full words. So median position, it's n, it's half times n plus 1, which is half times 110 plus 1, which evaluates to 55.5. And then on our diagram, 55.5 position is right about here, and you can see that 55 and 55.5 lie just about the same position. So in other words, this is a large n. So what I'm trying to say is, so if we have small n, if our n is small, then the median position is n plus 1 over 2. But if, which is just 1 over 2 times n plus 1, the usual median position we've used. But if now our n is large, so for large, then the median position should be just n. Like I've said, if you have noticed previously, I did mention that if you have large n, for example, our n this time is 110, but last time it was 60, so last time it was small, but this time it's 110, so it's large n. So if n is large, then we use just 1 over 2 times n. So the median position is a half times n if n is large, which means the median position which means the median position is just 1 over 2 times 110, which is 55. So our median position is now 55, and from 55 we draw a horizontal line and then a vertical line. So this is our median, and you should have found the median to be 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 54.5. So you should have found the median to be 54.5. So like we've said, the median position is half times n plus 1. This is for small n, but the median position is now half times just n and not n plus 1 if n is large. So it becomes pretty simple if n is large. So it's half times n, which is in this case half times 110, which is 55, like we've seen before. So because n is large, we'll use n from now on. So then the upper quartile is 3/4 of the total frequency. 3/4 of the total frequency is the upper quartile, and this evaluates to 82.5. So we go to our diagram. 82.5, this is 82.5, and it lies right in this upper quartile label, which is 61, 2, 3, 4. We should have found 64 to be the upper quartile, and then the lower quartile is 1/4 of the total frequency, which evaluates to 27.5, and 27.5, this is 27.5. It corresponds to the lower quartile is 41 to 3.5. So the lower quartile is 43.5, and then this is the nth percentile position. So last time we did the nth percentile position to be n over 100 times n plus 1. That was because n was small. So this time n is large, so we use just n. So this is the formula for the nth percentile if n is large. And then the 40th percentile is just 40 over 100 times n, which evaluates to n is 110, so 40 over 100 times 110, which is 44. And then on position 44 we find the 40th percentile, which is about 51. And then the 90th percentile position is 90 over 100 times n, which evaluates to 99. So they didn't label the 90th percentile right here, but it lies, sorry, the 99th position is the 90th percentile. So 99, just, yeah, it's actually this dotted line. This is 99, and this is the 99th percentile. As we can see, it's 70 point about 74.5. I hope that's clear. So if in case you have used n+1 for your entire calculations, don't worry. If your results were very close to what we have found right here, then you are correct. But please do refer to your teacher as to is my n large or small, and if my n is large, should I use the formula of just n or n+1? So for large n's, you just use n, and then for small cumulative frequency, you use n+1. I hope that's clear.